The streets never forget, and they never forgive. In a city where trust is the sharpest weapon and loyalty is bought with blood, one choice can burn down everything you thought was yours. Power is rising again, but the question is who will pay the price for it. The night settles heavy over Southside Jamaica, the kind of night where shadows seem alive and every corner holds a secret. It's not quiet, not here, not ever. The sound of cars tearing through the streets, the distant echo of music shaking old buildings, and the sharp cry of sirens cutting through the air remind everyone that this neighborhood doesn't sleep. And in the middle of all this chaos, Kanan walks. He's older now, harder, sharper than before, but he carries the same questions in his eyes. Questions about family, about power, about what he's really fighting for. The world around him has changed, and yet it hasn't. Betrayal still waits in the dark, and danger still wears the mask of a friend. Rack's shadow is everywhere. She doesn't need to speak for her presence to be felt. Every decision Kanan makes still carries her fingerprints, even if he wants to believe he's moving on his own. But mothers don't let go so easily, especially not mothers who built empires from nothing. And for Rack, this isn't just business, it's survival. Family ties are twisted tighter than chains, and the harder Kanan tries to break free, the deeper those chains cut into his skin. Around him, the streets whisper stories of enemies waiting for a slip. Rival crews circle like wolves, and old faces resurface with grudges too heavy to forget. Every handshake comes with a hidden blade. Every promise is a setup waiting to happen. Even the ones closest to him, Marvin, still wrestling with his demons. Lulu trying to step out of the game, but never fully leaving carry their own battles, their own secrets. And those secrets, whether spoken or kept locked in silence, threaten to tear everything apart. But this time, the weight isn't just on Rack, or Marvin, or Lulu, it's on Kanan. He's not the kid watching anymore. He's the one people look at, the one they expect to move the pieces. That power, that control, it's dangerous, and it's heavy. Because in these streets, power doesn't come without cost. It eats at you, makes you question who you can trust, makes you wonder if family means love or just another lie told to keep you in line. The city moves fast, and Kanan feels it pressing on him from every side. He knows the rules never show weakness, never hesitate, never trust too much, but even rules break when blood is involved. And this season, that blood is about to spill. Family is supposed to be the one thing you can lean on when the world turns cold. But for Kanan, family feels more like fire, warm enough to draw him close, but dangerous enough to burn him alive. Rack stands at the center of it all, a woman who built her kingdom with steel nerves and sharp instincts, and who refuses to let go of control no matter the cost. She loves her son in her own way, but love in this world is tangled with power, and the line between protection and possession blurs until you can't tell the difference. Rack sees Kanan not just as her child, but as her legacy, the piece of herself that will carry the empire forward. But Kanan, he's beginning to see that legacy as a prison. Marvin, ever the storm within the family, tries to keep his balance. He's got the strength to fight anyone, but the real fight is the one inside his chest, the fight to hold his temper, to forgive himself for past mistakes, to be better than the man the streets shaped him into. With every choice he makes, he feels the weight of whether Kanan will see him as an example or as a warning. He wants redemption, but redemption is fragile in a world where every misstep drags you back into the mud. Then there's Lulu, a man with music in his heart but shadows on his back. He dreams of leaving it all behind, the guns, the deals, the bloodstained nights, but the streets don't release their grip so easily. Lulu knows that once you've been part of the game follows you. Every time he takes a step away, something pulls him back, whether it's loyalty to his family, unfinished business, or the haunting truth that the man he wants to be doesn't fit in the world he was born into. For Lulu, freedom isn't just walking away, it's surviving long enough to make that walk. And Kanan, stuck in the middle, feels the storm of it all. His mother's control, his uncle's battles, His other uncles' dreams they all press down on him, demanding choices he's not sure he wants to make. The weight of family is heavier than the weight of the streets because you can choose your enemies, but you can't choose your blood. Every dinner, every conversation, every look shared across the table feels like a chess move, a test to see where Kanan's loyalty really lies. And the truth is, he doesn't even know himself anymore. Secrets twist tighter around the family with every passing day. Conversations cut short when Kanan walks into the room, lies told with steady eyes, promises made that everyone knows will break. It's not just the enemies outside the family's walls that threaten them, it's the silence within, a silence that grows louder, threatening to shatter everything once it breaks. This season, family isn't just Kanan's strength, it's his greatest danger. Because the people closest to him are the ones who can cut the deepest. And as the walls close in, Kanan will have to decide if being part of this family means survival, or if it means losing himself piece by piece until there's nothing left. But the streets are alive, restless, and hungry. They move like a living beast, feeding on fear, greed, and blood. By day, they look ordinary kids playing ball on cracked pavement, corner stores buzzing with gossip, music spilling from car windows. But when the sun dips low, the real city comes out. Deals are made in whispers, grudges are sharpened into weapons, and every alley feels like a trap waiting to spring. This is the world Kanan is stepping deeper into, and no matter how much he wants to control it, the streets don't bend for anyone. They consume. Enemies are everywhere, though they don't always announce themselves. Some wear the face of old rivals, men who once bled alongside Rack's crew but now see opportunity in their struggles. Others wear the smile of false friends, speaking promises in daylight and plotting betrayal in the dark. The streets are filled with watchers, eyes that see every move Kanan makes, waiting for him to stumble. And in Southside Jamaica, a stumble doesn't just mean failure, it means death. Violence simmers just below the surface, ready to explode at the smallest spark. A wrong word, a careless glance, a deal gone wrong, all of it can end with bullets flying and bodies hitting the ground. Kanan feels it pressing in on him, the constant tension of knowing he can't afford to look weak, can't afford to hesitate. Every moment is a test. Every choice another chance for someone to challenge him. He's beginning to learn that being feared is a shield, but being careless is a death sentence. The cops circle, to their presence another layer of pressure. They don't care about right or wrong, they care about control. Every bust, every raid is another reminder that the law isn't there to protect, it's there to corner. For Kanan, the badge is just another enemy, one that doesn't play fair and doesn't forgive. The streets may be brutal, but at least they're honest about it. The system, it smiles while it strangles you. And through it all, whispers spread. Whispers of betrayal inside the family, whispers of rivals planning to strike, whispers that the streets are shifting under Kanan's feet. He knows that information is power, but he also knows that half of what he hears could be lies, lies planted to make him doubt his people, lies designed to force him into mistakes. The streets are a game of shadows, and the one who falls for illusions is the one who gets buried. But the heat isn't just from outside, it's from within. Old grudges between crews are catching fire again. Friends are turning into foes for the sake of money, territory, or revenge. Allies who once stood firm are backing away, too afraid to be caught in the crossfire. Kanan's world is shrinking, every corner of it closing in with enemies. And the truth becomes clearer each day. He can't stand still. He has to move, he has to fight, or he'll be swallowed whole. The streets demand blood, and sooner or later, someone will have to pay. Whether it's an enemy or someone close, Kanan knows the cost is coming. And when it does, there won't be time for hesitation. There won't be time for regret. The streets don't wait, they take. And this season, they're taking everything. Choice is the cruelest weapon the streets ever hand you. It looks simple on the surface, yes or no, stay or go, fight or fall. But in Southside Jamaica, every choice is poisoned. Every option comes with a cost you can't see until it's too late. And now it's Kanan's turn to face the weight of decisions that will shape not just his future, but the fate of everyone around him. The pull of family is strong, but it's twisted. Rack's vision for him is clear. Stand tall, carry the empire, become the kind of man who never bends. She built everything with fire in her veins, and she expects Kanan to do the same. But deep down, he feels the chain of her control tightening. Every lesson she taught, every move she forced, it echoes in his mind like a voice he can't silence. He wants to be his own man, but how do you cut free from someone who raised you, who sacrificed for you, who would kill for you, walking away? From Rack isn't just rebellion, it's betrayal, and betrayal in this family. It's a wound that never heals. Then there's power. The streets are offering him a crown, but it's made of thorns. Every step he takes toward leadership, he feels the blood on his hands grow heavier. Respect comes at the barrel of a gun, and control comes with the knowledge that you're always a target. To choose power means to accept the curse that comes with it, the endless cycle of enemies, the sleepless nights wondering who will come for you next, the paranoia that every friend could be a traitor. Power doesn't just change a man, it destroys him slowly, piece by piece, until there's nothing left but the mask he wears to survive, and then survival. The quietest choice, but the hardest to chase. To survive means to step back, to turn your back on the game that raised you, to carve a path where no one thinks you belong. Survival asks Kanan to imagine a life outside the shadows, a life where he doesn't need to carry a gun just to breathe. But in a city like this, survival without power feels like weakness. And weakness, he knows, is a death sentence. Still, the thought lingers maybe survival isn't weakness at all. Maybe it's the bravest choice of them all. Kanan is caught in the middle, torn between loyalty to blood, the hunger for power, and the human instinct to live. Every look, every word, every silence in his world is pushing him toward a decision he can't avoid, and the truth is, there's no safe answer. Choose family, and he loses himself. Choose power, and he loses his soul. Choose survival, and he risks losing everyone. The streets don't allow happy endings, they only let you decide how much you're willing to sacrifice before they bury you. As the tension builds, Kanan begins to understand the cruelest lesson the game has to teach. Sometimes the real choice isn't about winning or losing, it's about deciding what kind of man you'll be when the dust clears. And this season, the dust is already rising, thick and choking, ready to reveal whether Kanan will emerge as his mother's heir, as his own man, or as just another name whispered in the streets long after the bullets have stopped flying.